Welcome to Idam Valam YouTube channel and thank you for joining us in these conversations. We'll go beyond headlines, asking the questions that matter most to citizens about leadership, accountability, and the path forward. Our chief guest today, Mr. Katju, an Indian jurist and a former judge of Supreme Court of India. He was also chairman of the Press Council of India, has been at the center of this discussion, and we are here to hear him directly. Welcome, sir.
Well, thank you. And I was also Chief Justice of Madras High Court. You forgot to mention that, your state.
Sorry, sir. Let's go to the topic, sir. Now, I'm asking you, what are your views on the legal and constitutional justification for the election commissions, the special intensive revision in Bihar? How effective do you think the SIR process has been in ensuring transparency, especially with the involvement of booth level of agents from political parties?
See, my views are very unconventional. You will not find such views heard from anywhere. So permit me to express my views.
Sure, sir.
My view is whether the voter list is correct or whether it is rigged is wholly irrelevant, because it will not make any difference in the lives of the people whether the voter list is correct or voter list is rigged, as some people allege that election commission is pro BJP and it is therefore rigging the voter list. And recently you must have heard of Mr. Rahul Gandhi's expose, and I was asked about it. I said, see, please first understand something very basic. The test of every political activity is one and only one. And that is, does it raise the standard of living of the people? Does it give people better lives or not? So from that point of view, whether you have a correct voter list or incorrect voter list, what difference does it make? See, in India, 90% people, 90%, I'm not saying 100%, 90% vote on the basis of caste and religion, as caste and communal vote banks. When the voter, 90% voter goes to vote, he does not see whether the candidate is a good man or a bad man, educated, uneducated, criminal, non-criminal. He just, like sheep and cattle, he casts his vote on the basis of caste or religion. And casteism and communalism are feudal forces which have to be destroyed if the country is to progress. But our democracy further entrenches casteism and communalism because it largely runs on that basis. So I am against democracy. Some people say that if the voter list is not correctly prepared, then that will subvert democracy. That will destroy democracy.
Okay.
I'm not in favor of democracy. See, please understand, democracy cannot be an end in itself. It can only be a means to an end. The end has to be raising the standard of living of the people and giving people better lives. If democracy does that, then it is a good thing. But if it does the reverse, then it is a bad thing. In India, democracy is a bad thing because it further entrenches casteism and communalism, because it largely runs on that basis. And therefore, it further entrenches feudal forces. So how can it be a good thing? See, I have no obsession for democracy. The end has to be raising the standard of living of people and giving people better lives. Democracy and freedom are not ends in themselves. Freedom and democracy can only be means to an end. So, coming back to your question, whether the voter list is correctly prepared or incorrectly prepared, whether the election commission is doing something wrong or not doing something wrong, whether Rahul Gandhi's allegations are correct or not correct, this is all irrelevant to my mind. How will it matter whether the election commission is depriving 70, 80 lakh voters? He spoke about some constituency in Karnataka, in, in Mahanagar or something like that. He named that constituency. There were large number of invalid votes or whatever. Supposing there were invalid votes, how does it matter? Supposing all the votes were correct, would it raise the standard of living of the people? Will it give people decent lives, better lives? How does this? I'm against democracy itself, because in democracy in India means caste and communal vote banks, which are feudal forces and which have to be therefore destroyed. So this is basically my stand. Now you ask me whatever question you want to ask.
No, my point is, you're saying whether it has to be bordered or not bordered, like the votes, what we are talking about. So, if so, n number of votes in the same house address, is it questionable or not questionable, sir?
I'm answering you that it is irrelevant whether it is questionable or not questionable. But it may be questionable or it may not be questionable, but this is all irrelevant. Please try to get your concepts clear. I mean, you see, problem is I am seeing in the various TV channels and YouTube channels nowadays. This is the Rahul Gandhi's so-called expose is the hot news. It has gone viral in so many TV channels and YouTube channels. They are showing, oh, Rahul Gandhi has thrown an atom bomb. And his credibility of election commission is finished and this and that. Of course, BJP has said that this is all false. However, supposing the allegations of Rahul Gandhi are all correct, so what? How will it matter whether the voter list is correctly prepared or incorrectly prepared? You think if the voter list is correctly prepared,
Okay.
then people will not vote on the basis of caste and religion. 90% will still vote. Upper caste Hindus will vote for BJP come what may, whether they're rigging in voter list or not rigging in voter list. The upper caste Hindus will vote for BJP. The Yadav in UP will vote for Samajwadi Party. It all goes, politics in India largely runs on the basis of caste and religion. It may not be happening in your state, Tamil Nadu, but in most states it is happening. So, I'm against the election itself. I'm saying all this election is all humbug, which is not going to help the country. It is not going to benefit the people. How will it benefit the people? Whether the voter list is correctly prepared or incorrectly prepared. This is my response.
Okay, sir, but what is this means? How can if someone preparing this means? My simple question is, then why these election happens?
I'm against election. There should be no election. You people are not fit for election. 1 minute, let me answer you. Is it not correct that 90% people in India are casteist and communal? In your state, Tamil Nadu, tremendous casteism. In your universities, I've seen that there's violence among students who should have ideals. They are often fighting on caste lines.
Oh, yeah, it happens, sir.
So when 90% people are casteist and communal, do you deserve democracy? Are you fit for democracy? Democracy means rule by the people. So in India, democracy will mean rule by these casteist or communal people or politicians who represent these casteist and communal people. You are not fit for democracy. You must have people who have a certain high level of political consciousness, highly developed minds, rational minds. I'm not talking about Priya Gurunathan personally. When I say you, please don't take it personal. I'm saying you people are not fit for democracy. Democracy will require people with highly developed political consciousness and rational thinking. Here, 90%. people are casteist and communal.
Okay.
So you are not fit for democracy.
Okay.
And I'm against elections. So again and again, I say all these things are irrelevant. What is being discussed in media? See, the problem with media, I'll tell you, is this: they want to make money. You people want to make money. You are least concerned about the people's welfare. Media people want increase in their viewership, in the TRP rating. Uh, you want all that to increase so that you make more money, and that you can do by creating sensations. What is called in Hindi mirch masala. You want mirch masala that sells. The real problem of the people, that is poverty, unemployment, hunger, lack of healthcare, lack of good education, that does not sell. That is not a marketable commodity. So you media people will not take up those issues. You will not discuss those issues. You will discuss lives of film stars. That Karishma Kapoor's husband died recently, and there was such a hue and cry as if heavens are going to fall because Karishma Kapoor's husband has died. Lives of film stars, cricket, astrology, all this, irrelevant or trivial issues. You people will discuss only that because that sells, that raises your viewership, your circulation, your TRP rating, that goes up if there is sensation. So I have pardon me, but I have a very poor opinion about the Indian media. They
Yeah,
are
got it.
not interested in the people's welfare. They will not discuss the serious issues facing the nation, that is massive poverty, massive unemployment, massive child malnutrition. Every second child in India is malnourished. According to Global Hunger Index, you can see on Google, and the position is getting worse. Lack of health care. Poor people can't get proper health care. They have to go to quacks because uh, regular doctors and regular hospitals are very expensive. People can't afford them. I'm sure in your Tamil Nadu there are some very good hospitals. In Delhi, where I live, where I'm speaking from, there are very good hospitals, Max and Fortis and Medanta, Apollo. Very good state-of-the-art hospital, but they're very expensive. Poor man can't go there.
Yes, sir.
These issues you will not discuss. What you will discuss is Rahul Gandhi's expose, as if great thing has happened. History has been created by Rahul Gandhi's expose about the electoral fraud and digging in that constituency of Karnataka. He said,
About Rahul Gandhi. Someone has raised a question regarding this. Why can't we support him? That's the thing.
sorry, what is your
No,
question?
not at all about single person Rahul Gandhi, sir. Someone has questioned this. Why can't we support him?
Support whom? Why don't
For the
whom?
matter, for the topic regarding the oaths.
Relevant, because it is irrelevant. I'm saying this is not relevant. How will it matter whether the elections are correct or incorrect, whether there's rigging or no rigging, whether voter list is correctly prepared or incorrectly prepared? How is it? I mean, supposing elections are all fair, voter list is correctly prepared, there's no. Do you think it will raise the standard of living of the people? No, at most, what it can do, it can change the leader. In Bihar, instead of Nitish Kumar, Lalu Yadav may become the leader if there's a correct voter list, maybe. But how will that raise the standard of living of the people if Lalu Yadav becomes the chief minister instead of Nitish Kumar? Or if instead of Stalin in your state, some ADMK man becomes chief minister, will it abolish poverty in Tamil Nadu or unemployment in Tamil Nadu? No, it
Nothing
will
is
just be a kind of leaders. So how does it matter?
okay,
So
sir.
my answer is all these things are irrelevant.
Okay, so you say that the ECA is mandate to maintain this accurate roles in that is in SIR is necessary corrective step, or does its timing risk undermining public trust, sir?
I'm saying, see, first of all, I have a poor opinion about the public. Your public is a 90% idiots. 90% Indians are idiots. So public trust means trust of idiots. I have no, Indian people, 90% are casteist and communal. There's nothing in their head. I often say they have cow dung in their heads, 90% people, not brains. So
Okay.
forget about public trust. Trust by whom? Which public? I'll tell you, I'll give you an example. I was Chief Justice of your High Court, Madras High Court. One
Okay.
day, uh, I was from in 2004 to 2005. One day after the court hours, I was at my residence in the evening with my wife. One High Court judge, Madras High Court judge, came with his wife to my residence just for a courtesy call.
Okay.
That judge was a Dalit, and his wife was upper caste. And they had a love marriage about 25 years earlier. And that judge's wife told my wife that we had a love marriage, and when we got married, my relatives performed my funeral rites.
Okay.
They regarded me as dead from that day, and thereafter they had no connection with me. This is your state also, by the way.
Okay.
You're not unique, it is everywhere. This is the level of people, backward people in this country. They are not fit for democracy. All this talk of having correct voters list and fairness in elections, all this is rubbish. The elections, you are not fit for democracy, not fit for elections. Because your mind is very backward. You're not suited. Democracy is not suited to India. This is what I'm saying.
Okay, sir. Now, the other thing is the ECI has promised that no voter's name will be deleted without notice, a hearing, and a reasoned order on. Do you believe these safeguards are adequate in practice, sir?
Again, this is irrelevant. Whether you give a hearing to a person before deleting his name, or don't give a hearing to before deleting his name, whether you correctly rightly delete his name or wrongly delete his name, all irrelevant. There should be no voters list. There should be no election. There should be no democracy. I'm going on a more fundamental thing. See, I tell you, one lady journalist, I will not name her.
Okay.
She telephoned me, she messaged me on WhatsApp yesterday, and she said, we want to interview you about this Rahul Gandhi's expose.
Okay, sir.
I spoke to her on WhatsApp. I said, look, I'm prepared to come on your show, but let me tell you my view. And what I'm going to say is that it is wholly irrelevant whether Rahul Gandhi's allegations are true or untrue. These are all irrelevant things because it will not affect the lives of the people. So she said that, and then let me consult my boss. And after 5 minutes or so, she messaged me, sorry, my boss has disapproved. I mean, this is the mentality of you media people. I told her that, look, am I not entitled to express my views? You media people talk of freedom of speech and freedom of press. But if somebody holds a view which is different from yours, you will not let that view be expressed. You will shut the mouth of that person who holds a view contrary to your views. Because my views don't sell. They don't give mirch masala. They don't raise your viewership or circulation or TRP rating. And the moment I said it, she backed out. She said, sorry, we can't take your interview. Earlier, she wanted my interview. But the moment I said, this is what I'm going to say, she backed out.
Okay.
Fortunately, you have not backed out.
We didn't do that. We are asking only your opinion.
You are better than that lady journalist because you have not backed out. You have allowed me to express my point of view. I mean, surely, if you believe in freedom of the press, you should allow people who hold views different from yours to be expressed. What is it that I will not allow views which are which I don't agree with to be expressed? Is this freedom of press? Then why do these journalists keep saying that we want freedom of press and all, when you don't permit me to express my views?
Instead of preparing a question, they are preparing the answer. That's it.
Sorry?
Instead of preparing a question to interview, they are preparing the answer that you have to talk about. That's it. Very simple.
But I'm grateful to you. At least some journalists has allowed me to express my views. I mean, my view should also be known to the public. You may not agree with me. I mean, you are entitled to disagree with me, but certainly my view, I should have the right to express my views.
Sure, sir. You have the rights to express your views.
Yes.
We are ready to hear that. So the next is the Supreme Court has questioned whether SIR overreaches into the citizenship domain. Do you see a constitutional overstep here, sir?
About SIR.
Yeah. Again, I'm checking. So yeah.
That case is still going on, I think, in the Supreme Court. So it is sub judice. I think it is proper not to express any views on a sub judice matter.
Got it, sir. The other thing is, you described democracy as a means to an end. Just before 10 minutes, something you have said the same thing to me, means to an end. In the present Indian context, how can democratic structures be reshaped to focus on welfare and development rather than identity politics, sir?
They cannot be reshaped. There has to be a revolution in this country. I don't believe in the constitution and I don't believe in democracy. Yeah. The constitution of India has been made to befool the people into thinking that they are the rulers of the country, when the fact is that a handful of crooks are ruling the country. The Constitution of India has been made to befool the people that they have fundamental rights, freedom of speech and freedom of to do business, when the fact is that there's so much poverty. See, poverty is destructive of all rights. If you are a poor man, hungry man, unemployed man, you want food and a job. How are you bothered about freedom of speech and all this? This is all meaningless to a person who is poor, hungry, unemployed. For him, what are these fundamental rights? They are all illusions. So the constitution was made to befool the public of India that they are the rulers when a handful of crooks are ruling the country. That you have fundamental rights when poverty is destructive of all rights. If there's poverty, there's no right. So I have no faith in this system. I'm not a supporter of constitution. I believe in a revolution, which will come, but it will take some time. It will take 10, 15 years. But that will solve the problems of the people, not by this constitutional or parliamentary method.